Hi everyone, this is That Brown Bitch and I'm your host Nabilani T. With me today I have Nabilani T.
Oh wow, the full name.
Hi. The full name. We gotta do all those. Like, how many letters is it?
I know my last name's 15.
15.
And my first is like 8.
Too many to count.
Sure. I actually haven't used my full name in a long time. I just been shortening it and like each person has a different name for me.
Like a different variation.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I call you Nabs.
Nabs. I have Nibble, whatever.
Nibble.
I have so many. It's not even funny. Like I have to keep track on like who's calling me because each person like calls me differently.
Something different.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for a very long time. I feel like I'm starting off every podcast like this, but we have.
We know each other. Like, I don't even know how long.
Because I started dance, and like I know you through Nabilani, obviously, I started dance, I think, in the summer of '92.
That's when you were born.
I was born. so since birth, probably.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yeah,
like around that.
You
That's
see
so
me in
crazy.
diapers.
Okay. So for the longest time, I always referred to you as my friend's sister. And then I was like, wait, I see you pretty much as I see your sister.
Yeah, I was like,
so I'm like, she's a friend. Like, I need to stop saying my friend's sister. So I don't know, did you feel the same way? Or do you still refer to me as your sister's friend?
So it was so funny. It was actually fairly recently where I'm like, because every time I refer to you guys, I'm like, oh, my sister's friend.
Yeah.
And then it like dawned on me when I was like having a conversation. I'm like, I need to stop calling you guys my sister's friend because I'm there as much as like she
For sure.
If not, like I've even came through to like certain events or things where it's like without her. And I'm like, I gotta say. So now you guys converted to book club friends.
Oh, is that a promotion?
Yeah, it was a promotion. So, my friends would be like, why are you always chilling with your sister's friends? I'm like, but they're my friends. And I'm like, okay, I gotta stop saying sister's friends because like you guys are getting offended and they're like, I love my friends there, but we have like this thing where we have like a jealousy thing, so we're like, no new friends, no new friends.
No, it's just our group.
Yeah,
like that's it. Very few of us actually have like friends outside of like our group, like that we actually hang out with, right? So if someone was like, oh yeah, I was hanging out with my friends. I'm like, what friends are you talking about? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Nabilani, were you there? No? Vinny, were you there? No? Like, who else?
And
who else is there?
It
makes no sense. Exactly.
It's so funny. But yeah, like actually, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, how far back can I think of Nabilani? And then you're going to hate me for this.
Oh, no. Okay.
So the furthest back I can think of Nabilani is like my sister and her had like matching Adidas jackets, but it was even like slim fit Adidas jackets.
That wasn't the style at that time.
It was like Marshmallow Man Adidas jacket.
It was Michelin Man.
Oh, Michelin. We're talking about Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man.
This girl's always thinking about...
Sorry, you went Canadian. Yes. I went Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's how you guys had matching ones, and then there was just like one photo of you guys are both in like Punjabis, and it was just big. So that's how far I remember Nabilani.
That jacket, I think half of Wilkley had that jacket. So it was for anyone who's old enough to remember, the Adidas jacket that had like the white on top and then the red in the middle and then the black at the bottom. And then there was like different variations. There was the yellow. I don't know if you've ever seen the yellow in the middle instead of the red. Most of our like grade 7 students at that time at Wilkley had that jacket. And my parents never bought me like name brand stuff, right? So that was like the first like name brand jacket that I got. And I was so happy about it. And I remember for your sister's birthday party, even to come to that birthday party, my parents didn't let me go to people's houses.
Oh, right.
So even for me to come, because we had so many kids at the house and my parents were like, we can't take you. So if they're going to pick you up, like, yeah, you can go. And my parents knew, my parents knew your parents, or my mom knew your mom and stuff from dance class. So it was like, okay, it's Nabilani's party, fine. But like, if they're picking you up, then it's okay. And you guys lived close by at that time, so they were okay. Yeah. And when Nabilani showed up, so that was it. I think that morning I got that jacket, or like the day before. So I hadn't even worn it to school yet.
Oh, sure.
And it was the weekend. And then, so when she came to pick me up, she walked into the house and she was wearing that jacket. So I went downstairs to answer the door. And then I ran back upstairs and I'm like, Mom, can I wear my jacket, please? Can I please? jacket because I was just like, yo, like we're gonna match. Like I thought it was like
we're
the
gonna be
coolest
twins.
thing.
We're gonna be twins. And yeah, there's like a photo of both you guys just like in your jackets inside the house. It wasn't even like outside the house. It was,
We're
like,
showing
my
off
sister,
our new gear, yo.
like a fashion show. You know what's the worst part is? I rocked that jacket like 7 years later when it was out of style.
Was it still white on top though?
No.
Like I feel like that discolored so quick.
That was like, I don't even know what color it was at top, but I had to wear that at one point. And until I was like, okay, can I get like a proper jacket, please?
Yeah,
And
like,
then,
please.
but then it was like a blue, like Marshmallow Man jacket. So I don't know if it was.
That was a style now.
I don't know.
Think at that time that was cool because
Okay.
like baggy.
Yeah,
stuff,
during
like,
that time, I really wish I had a stylist because I like questioned what my mom threw on me. Like I swear there was a point where I wore like green pants and a pink shirt and I looked like watermelon. And like
that was the vibe.
I don't know what it is. Like there was like this there was like between like the early 2000s. I want to burn all of my pictures because every time I look, I'm like, what were you guys thinking?
But you had an older sister, right? So I feel like that should have helped.
MSN has distracted her. Sorry, Dills. But MSN was distracting you where you were not involved in my like fashion. You gave it to mom and then mom just went like buck wild with it. Oh my god.
Like I never knew how to dress. I didn't have any I had older cousins which I hung out with, but they were like not close enough where my mom would be like, oh, like where can I shop for her?
Yeah,
like, my mom always had good intentions, but like that's where it ends. Like the intentions
good intentions.
The intentions were good. Like
the execution was just not there.
Terrible. So I remember in like elementary school, like grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, my mom would shop at like the Bay. To get me like dressy clothes, like dressy stuff. So I was wearing like business attire for like picture day.
That's not
like
bad.
Did you do that?
No,
but like business suits. I was 10 years old.
You're a professional.
I was wearing like power suits.
Yeah.
And I don't even wear suits now, but I was wearing power suits at like
maybe that's why you don't wear suits now. You're like, I'm
over it.
My phase with suits are done.
For sure. Like grade 6, the picture for picture day, what I wore, like the top had the biggest shoulder pads. Imagine being 11 years old with shoulder pads. And there's like one of the other kids in the class was like, do you have shoulder pads? And I was like, no. Like I was so embarrassed because I was like, I didn't even know, like, and for sure that outfit was like a grandma outfit. That was like a senior's outfit. And like my mom spent money on it, but she didn't realize this is not appropriate for a kid.
Sometimes I was like looking at him like, why do I dress like like a 40-year-old man? Like I had shorts. Like I'm like it was like white shorts that went up to like here, and then I had like a black and white striped shirt, but it was like a polo shirt. And I'm like, I look like I'm just
you were wearing high-waisted stuff back then.
Sure. It's all the let's call it high-waisted.
You're a pioneer.
No. I don't think I was in that sense. I would look at like videos and I'm just like, and I had like the belly when I was small. So I'm like, I look like I have a dad bod at like 11.
That's also it.
No.
Like,
for men. Not for a 12-year-old. Or not even, sorry, let's not say 12-year-old, okay? I had a little bit more sense. My sister started stepping in a little bit.
She's just like, wait. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Where have I been for the last few years? The neglect is showing now. I need to help her. I need to step in.
I think that's what happened because she's like, okay, Nebel. Like she had to like sit down with me. She's like, Nebel, you can borrow my clothes. Put it back on the same hanger. Same condition.
Yes.
Just put it. Did I listen? I'm sorry. No, I didn't. But now I'm better. I'm better because of her. But like during that time, like she's like, okay, you can borrow this.
Yeah.
You can borrow this.
That's really nice. So. My problem was my sister will borrow my stuff, but she will never let me borrow her stuff.
Oh.
She's such a bitch.
Well,
She's such a bitch.
sometimes I get that too, but I thought
you wouldn't let your sister.
No,
borrow
I wouldn't say
stuff?
Borrow. I'll just be like, can I get it back because I wear this to work every day. There's this thing where we've been going like back and forth between my house and my sister's house. So sometimes my sister will come in like jeans, but she leaves with sweatpants.
Yeah.
Who's sweatpants?
Oh no, of course.
I
do that all the time. I go and I'll be like to say it and I'm like, I can't spend the rest of the night in these jeans. So like it's already unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And it's not working. Even the unbuttoning of the jeans is
not working.
No, I'm like, can you please give me sweats?
I swear, and it's funny. There's been days where as soon as she steps her foot, she'll start making her way upstairs, and I'm like, why didn't you just wear sweatpants? Like, and I'm like, all my sweatpants are at your house, so might as well wear those. But no, that's like the little. I think she's taking revenge by taking my comfy clothes. Yeah. My weak spot. I love my comfy clothes. I keep buying them. I know my Wootoo.
Yes. We're cruising. Hopefully these topics I wasn't planning to talk about, but then it just kind of
hopefully my sister doesn't kill me on that. That's the next thing. It's like, Nubble, what the hell? You exposed me so much. I love you, Dill.
I know Now's gonna be like, I don't let you borrow my stuff because you never give me that shit back. That's why. Maybe this will prompt her to come on the podcast because I feel like I've been like begging her.
We're gonna have such backlashes from our siblings. Sure.
Broken relationships that are gonna need serious mending.
Just like my sister just comes to the lawn and throws all. It's like, here, take your sweatpants. Take it.
Inda. I didn't think it was gonna go the sister route. The sister bashing route.
I knew the Adidas. I was like, I thought you were gonna go the route where you were gonna talk about me blowing up birthday.
Oh my gosh! I was gonna be like, how do you not remember?
I have a note that says she's probably gonna go down the birthday.
And here is your rebuttal. That.
If I bring this up, she's probably gonna bring up the birthday. So let's just put a note there.
Be ready for it. That was seriously messed up, though.
Okay, we have to include it because
I didn't understand it.
What, the birthday?
Yeah, because like my sister's younger than me, but I guess like she's only 4 years younger than me. So she wasn't like. I guess maybe we just never had that where like it was a big enough age gap where it was like she was considered the baby of the family. Because once she got to it, like when she turned 4, the next one was, it was just like coming. It was an assembly line. So no one really got to feel like, the youngest and the baby for too long. It didn't last very long.
Let me just say, that lasted very short. Like it was just that time period.
And I just happened to come.
You just like witnessed it. Because after that, like none of that was there. Like everything's turned. The table turned. Yeah. But I was a brat. And I've accepted it. And my sister knows it.
And we should probably tell people what we were even talking about.
Yeah, so the whole thing about this was I used to blow out my sister's birthday candles when I was younger, like thinking it was my birthday. So like if we saw old pictures, I'm literally like right in the center. And then my sister's like right
behind you trying to like get some of that.
Okay, let me get it. And I'm like, no, my wish.
And like when you did that, when you were like, I'm blowing it out, and I'm looking around like, okay, which adult's gonna step in and be like, no, it's not your birthday, it's Delani's birthday.
No,
but like no one did. I was just like,
what's worse about this is I went back to the albums. I'm like, which birthday is this? And my sister's like, my 13th. Oh shit, I didn't realize I was blowing your candle. I'm like, no, I swear it's mine. She's like, no, but read the cake. Happy birthday.
You see the 13 candles there?
She's like, it's my birthday, Nubble. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, I apologize. So as an adult, I apologize.
That's good.
Don't worry, I'll let your kids blow up my kids' birthday cakes if we ever, just like do it like that.
There's gonna be revenge.
Yeah, of course. It's just gonna go down the line, Of course.
Oh, since you're drinking.
Yes.
So why peppermint tea and how did you come across peppermint tea?
I know. I realized that you asked us to Charmy about her drink choice.
Yeah. So you have a response ready?
No, not really. I was just like, I wonder if she asked me, what am I gonna say? And I think it was just a random discovery from like college. And then I was like, let me just try something. And then I really liked peppermint tea. And then I used it to like hide the green tea. So I'll mix the two. So I'm like, I'm being like extra healthy.
And then your breath will be minty fresh.
Exactly. I think that's another thing too, like minty fresh without the gum. Because I don't like the concept of like chewing and then the taste getting lost and then I have to spit it out.
And gum is actually, I remember watching this on like CFMT. They always have like this random chick like always talking like randomly between like shows and stuff like that during like the commercial break. They'd always have this girl.
About, oh my god!
They had this like they had 2 girls that I can think of, like 2 women that used to do it. Like one used to do it and then another one.
Did they have like that catchy intro song like? Oh my god, I could picture them.
But I don't think it wasn't a show. It was just like during the commercials, like between other shows.
Yeah.
Maybe at the hour, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Before the new show started, and they might have like a little segment that they would do. So I remember them talking about gum and how if it has sugar, it actually ends up making your breath worse. Because initially you'll have that minty freshness or whatever it is, but then afterwards, because of that sugar, your breath will end up being a lot worse than it was to start off. So you need sugar-free gum is what you should go with if you're deciding to go that route. But if you want a beverage that's going to do the same thing and not...
Tim Hortons peppermint tea.
I should get a freaking sponsorship.
I know, right? Tim Hortons peppermint tea. It's delicious tea. I don't know why. I like different peppermint teas, but for some reason Tim Hortons just like, it just hits the spot.
Yeah. I've never tried peppermint tea. This is actually my first time. And I am a tea drinker. Like my mom makes the best tea, but I just have regular Tamil tea.
Tamil tea.
Orange Pico. Yeah. Jinx, double jinx, triple. Buy me a Coke, whatever it is. So my mom makes really good tea, and we've always been tea drinkers in the house. And even when I moved here, like I like tea, but like I don't like making it myself really. So Akash is a tea person.
I'm still waiting. You know, okay. I'm still waiting for my like Paul tea from her. I keep asking. I like ever since she moved in, we're like, okay, so where's our like tea, like our Tamil tea when you come over, and be like tea venama, and like this one still hasn't. This is the closest. You can
continue waiting. It's not happening.
This is the closest I'm getting right now, and this is not even made by her. It's by like a Tamil auntie at Tim Hortons.
It's the same vibe. You know, like Akash can make you tea. I just don't feel people are so judgy. I talked about this before, how judgy people are.
I'm not judging. It's the fact that it's just like it's funny that it's like you still haven't made it. Like, why are we getting your poor husband who palm? You know, like you need to leave him alone.
First of all, I'm sure he enjoys making tea, but I think so Tamil people, I feel like look at if you make tea well, that means you cook well. And if you cook well, that means you maintain your house well. And if you maintain your house well, you're good in the bedroom.
And if the one thing doesn't work, it's just like, boom, everything else is a fail.
And if you can't, you're just a failure. And I'm not ready to be judged on that front. But I can make tea, but I can't make it for other people.
That's so weird.
Hard.
What is so hard?
It's just I don't know. I'm too self-conscious when it comes to like cooking for other people and making tea for other people.
I still remember the first time I made tea for other people. I can't remember which family it was, but I feel so bad for you. My dad's like, because I can make it like cup by cup. Like, okay, my dad has specific needs. My mom, I can do that.
Sure.
Then all of a sudden, like, my dad's like, oh, make tea for like the people. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like big batch, like big bulk. Okay, made it. And they drank and they're like, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, oh God, they hate it.
Did you do the odd thing? The bubbles make it taste so much better.
Yeah, you know. Okay. But I think I just made it too strong. I didn't put enough milk or something went wrong. Yeah. And this is like high school time, and I'm like, oh, they do not like it at all. Like I should have known when the color. Huh?
You're a kid. Yeah. Was it too much milk or is it too much
Siam? No, it's too much Siams.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was like the first attempt. I'm like, oh, that's fun. And then now I realize I'm like, okay, I got what I got. Now I'm like,
it's fast, easy,
it's
simple.
Easy, simple.
Well, that's good.
I don't know about the rest of the dominoes, but that one tea, I got you tea.
That's awesome. No, I've become like a coffee person now, like more so because I never drank coffee before. Like maybe I'll have like an iced coffee or something, but extra base. But I need that sweetness, right? So I never really drank coffee, but then even if we do drink coffee, it's like instant coffee. We're not like, your sister's like really into coffee. I don't know if you are also very much into coffee. Because
I'm not picky about my coffees. Not to say I don't like my coffees, but instant coffee is still okay. Like I don't, I like even the other day, I was like speaking to like one of our agents from my office and we were talking about like camping and she's like, oh yeah, I got like the coffee press, the one that you can put on your on the fire and like, you know, and I'm like, oh, when we go camping, we just use instant coffee. She's like, ugh. I'm like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I'm sorry.
Your sister grinds her own beans, I think.
She did. And like, she...
At a point, maybe?
Yeah, at a point she did.
She was really into it.
Yeah. She was getting into it. And then now it's just like, but she's also enjoys her instant coffee. Like, we're not picky.
Yeah.
Just like something to wake us up, you know? It's good. And it was just so funny. I'm just like, what's wrong with coffee? Like, I'm pretty sure I'll probably get judged for my Tim Hortons peppermint tea. They're like, why didn't you get Starbucks or whatever?
So how's COVID life been for you?
Now it's just been very boring.
Yeah.
It's blah. Beginning was a little bit like, it was a little bit on the sad side because I lost my dog, and that was more in the beginning of COVID. So I had to like go through the pandemic and staying at home without her being there.
Yeah.
So it was tough. It was something that like it was funny because like the moment I found out about like the pandemic, I was like, oh yay, I get to like finally like spend time with her, because like I just been in and out of the house going, you know, I would wake up, play with her for a bit, then, you know, go to work, come home, play with her for a bit, cuddle with her. She was like she slept on my bed. She was always around me. So going through I just hear Rowdy in the background. So going through like that beginning part of it was like, whoa, this is so weird being home without hearing her, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a member of the family, right?
Sure.
So the dynamic was very like different the like how the house was very different. But I think one thing I'm grateful for, the timing of her stuff, like, yeah, I had to be at home without her around, but I was able to sort of like heal without, because I don't think I would have known how to function going back to work with her passing, because like I don't know, not everyone will understand about like a pet passing.
Definitely.
And then like you know like as much as workplaces want to be understanding, there's a point where they're gonna like, no, we need to go back to a normal state.
And you had that time.
Yeah, I had like
I think most of the people that I know were either working from home or still going to work like normal, but just, you know, taking more precaution and all of that stuff. But you actually had no work.
I had no work.
How long was that for? Like a couple months? Or?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like close to 4 months. And I was just like, but it wasn't like I was just sitting at home being lazy or whatever. I was like, it's because Bella wasn't around, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do some work around the house. So me and my dad were just like, it was a great bonding time between me and my dad, because like he was unemployed and I was unemployed, and we're like, okay. So every morning we'd be like, okay, so what do we want to do today at the house?
What's the task of the day?
What's the task? What do you want to do? You want to be lazy today? And it was just like fun stuff. But I was telling my sister, I'm like, if my mom was also like staying home, because she was an essential worker, she had to keep going into work. So if she's had to stay at home, all three of us, there wouldn't be a house.
How dare you? How dare you talk about Badana?
No. No, like, I love my mom. But all three of us, like, cooped up in that, and no, that energy would not.
So like, you guys like hit the sweet spot with just you and your dad
me
there.
And my dad being there, and we can like deal with each other's nonsense.
How was it going back to work though?
Oh my God, like there was a part of me who was like, oh, I can't wait to go back. Yeah. Because it was like, oh, okay, like I've just been cooped up in the house. Literally the only places I went to was like Walmart and Home Depot. Yeah. Like those are the only two. Like the workers knew who I was just by this, because like that was how often.
So you again.
Yeah. They're like, oh, what are you grabbing today? Yeah. But
Home Depot. Guess who used to work there? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You're in Home Depot days. Well, this one is the Oshawa one. Yeah. But yeah, so it was weird going back, because I was like, oh, I can't wait to go back. And I'm like, oh, because like I'm gonna get to do stuff. Then I went back and I saw my emails. I'm like, I'm ready to go back to the pandemic.
You know what it is? If, you know, some workplaces, like I worked in workplaces where if you're off for 2 weeks, you go back and you're fine. Because there's nothing that you need to catch up on or anything like that. You just start from that day and you just move forward. Yeah. And then there's workplaces like what you do and what I do. When I go back, but I don't take like I can't
by the
take
way,
months off.
I'm a deal secretary at a brokerage.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that.
Yes. I never mentioned anyone's profession.
We just all know that what we all do.
You guys do already. Didn't you already know?
Agents. I said agents. I think I gave good clues throughout the podcast.
I'm sure they figured it out. I have really smart listeners. They pick up on clues like that. But anyway, so yeah, like jobs that we have, like you go back and you have to catch up on all that. It's almost not even worth taking off the time that you take off. Like I have so much anxiety now where even, let's say I leave work at 5 o'clock or whatever time I'm leaving work. And then the next morning, because I get emails even throughout the night. So in the morning I go to work and before I even go to work, when I'm at home, when I wake up, my first instinct now, because I can access my office stuff from home now, is to go onto my like office computer through here and remotely and check my emails and stuff. Because I'm like, I don't even want to go to the office and then deal with whatever's happening. Let me just look and see what is in store for me today.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know right away.
Yeah.
And like, if you're going back after 4 months, I can't.
I'm just starting to like be on top of my stuff. Like I know
that you caught up. Finally.
Yeah,
and how long have you been back at work?
Like 5 months.
5 months. So it took
or 4
there's
months.
still new stuff still coming in.
Of course. So
right?
it was like I like challenges, so it was a good challenge for me to try to, you know, catch up, but then also keep up, right? So it was like a thing game.
Sure.
But there was points where I was just like, oh my God, this is like, I'm exhausted. Like I would come home and I just like knock out. Like it would just be so tired, right? Because you're on the front of, and I have 2 screens too. So we had to do the 2 screens because I'm like, I have that much work where I'm like, I can't, 1 screen is not enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want me to work fast, I need the 2 screens. So, but now it's like, we're better. We're in a better place now. But yeah, that going back, I was like, whoa. Like I used to leave work with like all my emails attended. And then when I came back to like, we're like in the 400, 500. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, how am I supposed to recover from this?
Right.
We weren't prepared enough. But I think now we've learned. And that's the thing about workplaces. Like you make mistakes, you find out, okay, where did we make a mistake? And then we take the next step and figure it out after, right? So
sure.
So I think we figured it out now. So
I mean, like a lot of workplaces have learned a lot of stuff, I think, because of
COVID, right? Because it changed the game. Like minus the fact that real estate didn't really get affected in the sense of like did you feel
it's insane? I mean, I'm still busy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're never busy during this time. I'm usually like working a couple hours a day. I'm just relaxing at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I've been busy throughout. Like, I think we had a couple weeks in June where it's a little quiet, and we were
those pockets.
Yeah, it was just those 2 weeks where I was actually able to kind of work from home because I was like, there wasn't really anything going on, and we were kind of worried because we're like, what's going to happen? Where is this going to go? But it was just those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
After that, I've been at work every day, working longer hours than I've ever done before.
Right?
Like, I'm not used to working this much. I don't think people understand. I've been I've grown accustomed
lawyer.
like seriously, I've grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle, a certain work life,
COVID
and now
was
I'm
like,
like
nope.
working more. Yeah. So have you done any COVID dating? A lot of COVID dating?
Like it's okay. So when she sent me,
my face is like I'm like trying to like live vicariously through you.
There's not much to live vicariously.
No,
It's so sad. Like, so it's so funny when you said, you're like, you could talk about dating while physically distancing, and you should put it back if you want. And I'm like, who doesn't want to talk about their dating life? No, like, it's just online. Like, I haven't met anyone because out of the fear of, COVID, because we're in a pandemic. But it's like, I feel like I have pen pals.
Yeah.
That's literally how I feel like. I feel like
they're in like a different country. And
it's just like I feel like
communicating with them.
Exactly. But then I feel like these pen pals like might lose their paper, they've lost their pens because they just drop. Like it will be like 2 or 3 good days of like us speaking to each other. And I'm like, okay, like this is cool. And then we'll be like, okay, we have some interest. And then all of a sudden it's like someone goes missing. Like, and I'm not gonna say it live. Sometimes I go missing just because of whatever life hits, and like. You can only say so much on text.
Sure.
You can only
Have you had any conversations like voice calls or video calls?
No, I haven't. I haven't hit that point. It has that conversation. It's so weird. Like it's already so strange to date during these days, but now when you add it like pandemic, it's like it's off. And I'm not a person who's like a FaceTime person or a phone call person. Like I like to interact with people and meet in person, right? Like I'll actually put time to aside and meet you. But because of this, it's like I can't even do that. And I'm like, now I'm forced to do FaceTime. Like even during like COVID, like being at home and being quarantined, like it forced me to start doing like video calls.
Yeah.
Right? And calling like cousins and friends that I wouldn't even call or FaceTime. So I'm trying to get the ball rolling on that, but not in the dating sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've had points where I'll be talking to someone and then we're like, oh, it would be so sick if we could meet each other. Like we should meet, but like how would this work? Because it's not like we can just go to a restaurant.
You're like sitting at different tables.
You can't even do that because half of the places don't even have anything open.
It's even more strict now. Yeah.
And then like can you imagine just like, hi, how are you? Like, oh, is this the actual person? Like, who knows? You get what I mean? Like, it's so hard.
That would be terrible for me. Because for me, if I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you, I need to be able to see your mouth. Because that's part of what I'm hearing. And if you can't, like, if I can't see your mouth, then I'm gonna be like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, what was it? Because like it just kind of throws it off.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
So that would be very difficult.
And then like you have to be like 6 feet apart, and then it's just like, man, like I'm like, this was, and it was so funny because like in the beginning of January I was like, yo, this is gonna be the year I'm just gonna go out there, I don't even care, I'm gonna put myself out there, I'm gonna date, whatever, I'm gonna, you know, like, woo, I'm gonna be like really like into it, and then, like,
I'm gonna try.
I'm actually gonna try.
I'm gonna try.
Make it a priority.
Yeah.
2-3 months in, like the world, like I just
the universe
is just like, no, shut that down. What are you doing?
You're gonna try what?
Like,
you're gonna do what now?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You want a boyfriend? Like,
you want a companion?
Like, life partner? What? No, shut that shit down. You're not,
girl. You're not ready for that. So today morning I was having breakfast with Akash, and he was just like, just randomly out of nowhere, he's like, do you know any like single guys? And I'm like, for you?
Yo, he's done.
I need to know.
Is your contract almost done? Your marriage contract is almost done. He's thinking.
And I was just like, wait, like for who? And then he said someone, and I was just like, do you realize I have single girlfriends? If I knew any guy that was single and like of good quality, they get first dibs. When they're taken, then you come and ask me, do I know anybody?
It's like hierarchies, eh?
Yeah, for sure. I was like, what are you saying?
So funny.
What are you saying?
The worst is like my parents. So they're trying to do the like, like matchmaking.
Yeah.
I feel bad for anyone who's like in that realm because it's not fun. And the worst part is like I'm a person who doesn't take like lone pictures. So now they're just like, come, go stand there, pose. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do? And it's like,
here, hold this flower.
No, but you know what's the worst part? It's like they're crappy phones. Yeah. So I'm like, you're just gonna have like a really pixelated bad photo of me. Yeah. Like the other day for my mom's birthday, they were making me pose beside the tree with a Christmas sweater. Like I came from like a Secret Santa thing from my workplace, and I'm wearing like this, like it was like a polar bear that had a sweater on it. So on my sweater was a polar bear with a sweater, and then
it's like a picture in a picture.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I was just looking at them like, you really think this is what? I'm like, if you could pull a man out of this outfit, yo, he's the one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then it's just funny because like we'll have conversations, and my mom will be like, you know, to date, you need to have talent. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you don't have that talent.
That's so savage. Who needs enemies? Who needs
enemies when you have talent parents? Who needs enemies?
Oh my god.
So my mom just tells me, she's like, you don't have, it doesn't seem, like, really? I'm like, for most of my life, you told me not to talk to guys. You guys treated men as aliens. Like, don't talk to them. Don't
even look.
Don't. It's like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So when you go with that, and then all of a sudden being like, oh, why didn't you?
So you haven't found someone?
Why didn't you go like pick someone? It's like, yes, mom. Let me grab my rod and fish him out of the pond and be like, hey, here, this is my boyfriend. Like, no, like, and then half the time, you know, like I don't go out that much. I probably go out maybe once a week, and that's pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. And even that once a week, they'd be like, oh, you're always out. I'm like, I go out to go to work.
Your sister's house?
Okay, or sisters.
There a lot? Yeah, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
I think they just mean like you're out of the house. Like, they don't see you.
No,
you
but then like if it's not my sister's house, like, because there's been weeks where I don't go for my sister's house, and then I'll be like, I'm out because I'm working. Yeah. Like, I'm working. And my sister's like, she hates it in a way, because she's just like, you guys didn't treat me like this when I was single. Like, how are you having fun with this? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is like, it's hilarious when you think about it, the situation I am in. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, she's like, mom and dad were not like this. I'm like, mom and dad got old and tired. So they're in that joking phase, as you can tell with my parents. So they're having fun with it too. That's and good. Like, but it's just funny. Like, it's just a very funny conversation, because they're like, how are we supposed to find you someone now? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, come stand beside the tree. Let me take a picture.
This is gonna be the shot.
And it's the worst. Like, parents, I don't know how you guys do it, but you get double chinned. in photos. How did
do they do a low shot? Akash will always want to take a photo from this angle. I'm like, Akash, raise the camera. Raise the fucking camera. What are you doing? He'll be
like I'm like, even when I'm like, here, I'll take it there. Somehow it still gets it. And I'm like, why?
That's a talent. That's another talent.
She's talented, man. She can get the worst. It's not even her only. It's my dad too. My dad, he'll like click and it goes like as if it's gunshots.
And you're like,
Dad,
Matrix.
My dad, I'm like, we're just like, he has 10 million photos of us now. It's funny with like technology and parents right now, because it's like, my sister walked in one time and she was just like, my dad was like, Nabil, come. I don't know how to do this. And then it's like, Nabil, come. I don't know how to do this. My sister's like, and I'm like, this is my life every day. Yeah. Like, I'm like, this is what I have to deal with. Like technology.
Like, Dad, don't you just figure it out yourself.
And it's not even bad. I'm my family's IT person.
Oh yeah.
I'm my family's social media. If you've ever gone to wish,
you're the brown guy in your family.
Yeah, like I'm the brown guy in my family. If you ever get
Customer
like a birthday wishes or like, you know, like comments. So my mom started picking up on comments, but she always like wants me to proofread her like
messages
posts.
And posts,
she'll be like, can you just check and see? So now I just tell her, I'm like, write what I'm saying and then you write it. And then she hates it. She's like, like you used to do everything for me. Now you're lazy. And I'm like, I'm not lazy. I'm just tired. I just want to sleep.
My dad said, he's like, I'm just asking you this one thing. I'm like, this one thing you've asked me 50 million times. 50 million times. And he'd be like, oh yeah? 50 million? And I'm like obviously I'm exaggerating, but it's a lot of time. It is one thing. But because like he does online banking.
Yeah.
The number of times I have set up that fucking bank account on his freaking browser. How many times? And then he'll come like, can you on the TD portal on the pad?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
my God.
No, I can't do this anymore.
Oh my God.
I can't do it anymore.
No, that's like me all the time. Like it's like I literally like will stand there and be like, I will tell you what to do. I'm like, Amma or Appa, how many times I've taught you? I'm like, come on. And it's like, you do it. And I feel bad because like, not to sound like shitty kids. Like I feel bad.
But I am a shitty kid. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, go on. I don't care.
Well, you have like
I'm
4.
over it.
So you have like what? 4.
There's 4 other ones. Yeah,
so you're
definitely.
Good. It's just me and my sister.
But they won't do it. You don't understand. My brother would walk away like he doesn't even hear my parents.
I should have learned that. I should have learned that at a young age. Yeah. No, but like it's like I feel bad. Like I always help, but then when I help, I get so frustrated, and then I'm in a mood, and I'm like, I'm helping you, but I'm so mad right now. And here I'm a good kid because I'm helping, but I'm not a good kid because I'm yelling at you. Like it's the worst. It's such a dilemma. Like I always feel, and I'm like, and then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I'm sorry I yelled about you about the Facebook post. Like I'm so
you
sorry.
didn't deserve that.
I know. I'm sorry I couldn't e-transfer you your Scotiabank amount.
Yo, if my parents ever figured out how to do e-transfer, I'm never going to the house. I'm never going by the house because I cannot deal with that every time I go there.
She'd be like, am I? And she's like, it's just fun to say. Or like, or when it'd be like, Kuti ngawanga, I'm like, why are you calling me Kuti?
Yeah. I don't like it. My dad will always, he'll be in the office and he'll call me. He'll be like, Nilani Indango. I know he's not giving me anything, but he'll say Indago like he has something to give me, but really it's for him to vangu work from me. Like he needs me to do something. Okay, so you started something really exciting during the pandemic.
Yes.
Actually, you started it earlier.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about
so like me and my friends, we started like a sweets business. So our first venture was we're doing is cotton candy. We planned this back in late 2019. So when we actually, how it all started was when we went to Alberta to meet one of our friends and spent Christmas with her and stuff. We've been always saying like, we need to start something. We should start something. Like instead of us just chilling, why don't we just start like a business? But we couldn't figure out what avenue to do, right? We would do like research and we try to figure it out and it just nothing was clicking.
Sure.
And then one day we were going to the mall and then we saw like cotton candy and we're like, hey, like how is like making cotton candy? And then so we started doing like a deep dive in like how cotton candy is made.
You
and
went
how
down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then we got, and we like, it was like a light bulb moment for all of us. We were like,
Yeah.
Can we do this? Like,
Yeah,
we can do this.
And no one else is doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were like, we can do this, right? So we're like, okay, let's get the ball rolling. And it's actually really funny because today's been the 1 year since we got our tattoo.
Today's the anniversary.
Yeah. So like we have like our suits.
You want to zoom?
I don't know if you want to. You can see that.
There you are. Yeah.
And one day, one of my friends, like she found a 4-leaf clover. So she got sort of attached to the 4-leaf clover symbol. Mm-hmm. And then my other friend, she's like really into red. And then I think when the friend that was like into the 4-leaf clovers, like we started diving into like the suits. Yeah. And then we saw like the suits characteristics because we were dorky kids who love to do like these random like searches and be like, oh, you're this person because of this. And we're weirdly love doing like horoscope stuff. Like that's our group that we're odd. We're an odd bunch for doing this. But we started like looking at the symbolism of like each suit and we're like, oh, yeah, no.
That really fits you.
Yeah, you're like, Nabil, you are like a spade. Like you're, you know, like Shandy, you are like a diamond, and Jazz is like the club, and then my friend is like, cause she loves red, like she's the red of like the heart. Yeah. So we all just assigned each other, and we always talked about since high school. And then
getting a tattoo.
No,
or just the suits itself.
The suits itself, right? So we just always was there. And then when we were doing the tattoo idea, we're like, oh, we should just do it. And I'm like, yeah, we should. I was more like, and they know this. I was like, yeah, we should. But I was like, I'm so scared. Like, I'm scared.
But you don't want it because I feel like your personality is like, yeah, let's do it. Like I'm whatever it is. Yeah, let's go. You're not the one that's gonna be like, oh no. No. Like you don't want to be that.
I wasn't stepping away, but I was definitely not the person to take the first step.
Sure.
You know, I wasn't stepping away, but I'm not taking the first step. It's because my friend from Alberta, because she booked, and I'm like, when she booked, I'm like, oh, we're just gonna do it right. We just got off.
I thought we were just doing like a consultation. Yeah, it's happening today.
Yeah, like it was like straight like. Out of the airport, we had our like lunch, and then we're like, okay, we got the appointment, and we're like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. And then so on all of ours, like if you notice on mine was like the spade is filled out, so each one has theirs filled out.
Yeah. Colored in.
Yeah. So so we had the suits. This was even before we even created sweet suits. We just had suits.
Yeah.
Then when we went to the mall, we saw cotton candy. We're like, yes, like this is something we can like do. Like this is something interesting. We're all like sort of liking this realm of like the business, right?
Yeah.
So when we came back, we were like on it. Like every time we chilled, we just started like research, you know, how do we want to come across as our business? Like what do we want to do? So we were going to be involved in a lot of like festivals.
Yeah.
And that was like, you know, that was out the window for COVID. But we had like a lot of like, we were going to make like a stand. We have our cotton candy machine and everything. Mm-hmm. So we were in that momentum of like even like packaging, like how we want to figure all that stuff out.
Sure.
Then, so when COVID happened, it was just like, okay, so let's put this on a pause. Mm-hmm. And we didn't touch it for a while. We didn't, because we were like, what can we do? Like, we have our food and safety done, but then we're like, well, we can't go and do this. Like, we can't go to events. We were going to do weddings. We were going to do receptions. We had those ideas.
For sure.
And like parties, but then we were just like, okay, we're just going to sit down and just not do anything. And then we had an opportunity to do like a baby shower and like a couple birthday parties. So we're like, you know what? Like, we're doing drive-by. They were doing this whole concept of drive-by parties. Like, it's awesome. So we were like, okay, you know what? We'll be involved. Yeah. So we started doing like packaged cotton candy. Yeah. And, you know, we try to make a custom, and, you know, we still got the ball going with it. Like, I mean, how do I say? Like, we got the ball, like, we picked it up and we started making rolling. I'm trying to make sports references if you try to notice, and I realize I'm not. Like,
stop. Please, for the sake of everyone listening, everyone who knows.
Like, I'm like trying to, and I've been saying ball rolling so many times, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to this.
What ball? Like, the only ball you're rolling is like a football. We all know how much that will roll, okay? So please stop.
Oh, shit.
Stop it.
That's so funny.
Don't try to be someone you're not. I'm not talking about sports. The sports. Go the sports.
Go the sports. Go. Yeah. But no, we were just trying to pick it up, and it's been picking up.
Yeah.
But you know, like there's so many hiccups because it's tough with the situation now, right?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to be like safe, but no, we're definitely doing like, we encourage people who are like, we're they're for people who are doing those drive-by parties because it's
For
like
sure.
a little fun. We just, to be
It's
honest,
such a great giveaway. I
Yeah.
love cotton candy.
Yeah.
Like, I love it so much because you can eat so much of it and not feel full. And it tastes so good. And like these flavors that you guys have created, it's a lot more than just the pink and blue that you,
like,
or the
no,
purple
we
sometimes
made,
that
like,
you get. You know, the
yeah,
pink flavor.
yeah.
What is that? Blue flavor, what is that?
Yeah.
Purple flavor, what is that? And like, you can't even really distinguish between them, right? It's just like
No,
kind of like
it's
a
like,
color.
oh yeah, that's just the
And
color
that's
you
it.
like,
Yeah.
right?
So
No,
this is a
and
lot
so
more
we're
than
trying
that.
to do more like custom flavors and
Yeah.
whatnot. And to be honest, like, and we're just not gonna do cotton candy.
Yeah.
Like, we wanna, hence why we called ourselves Sweet Suits, because we just wanna, like, everyone loves sweets. If sweets make people happy,
Sure.
so we just wanna, spread the joy of that,
Yeah.
right? So our first venture is cotton candy, and then we're just gonna see how things go from there. But we just made custom flavors of like, and we tried to sort of go outside the typical ones as the blue, the
blue,
pink. The blue, pink. And the purple is just blue and pink. Yeah. Well, thank you, Cineplex. I learned that from back then.
Wow.
Yeah, blue and pink, blue and
Those
pink was just purple.
motherfucking
It's not a third flavor. It's just those two mixed together.
I never even considered that.
Yeah.
Those rad bastards.
They made it seem like it was 3 different flavors, but it's not.
Like for me and cotton candy, like whenever we used to go and like my parents never really took us to the movies or anything. They never really took us anywhere because the kids kept coming and then it just became like this is too much, right?
Yeah.
So we never really went anywhere. But let's say if we went to like Wonderland or Marineland or wherever as kids, if we went and we saw cotton candy, it would be something I wanted, but I would never ask my parents because I was always like, it's $3 a bag? Like that's so much. Like I can't ask my parents. They're gonna say no. Like there's no way. I never felt comfortable enough. But I loved it. But I never felt comfortable enough asking them for it. So like when you started this business and you're doing cotton, I was like, yes, like I can have it all the time.
I know.
now.
Like you can bring samples if you want us to do tests.
Yeah. Like I'm like, if you need someone to eat it and tell you how good it is, like I'm here for you.
No,
I will
for sure.
sacrifice.
And I feel like that's what a lot of people feel with cotton candy. Like I don't think I've ever met anyone who said,
who doesn't like
cotton candy, right? So I'm just like, everyone loves cotton candy. Adults like it. My dad keeps calling it the Panju Mittaai business. How's your Panju Mittaai business going? Even today when I was coming in, he's like, oh, are you doing it for your Panju Mittaai? I'm like, okay, Dad, please. You can call it cotton candy or Sweet Suits, please.
So you're on Instagram, _sweetsuits_.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we are going to do a taste test.
Yes, so I brought a couple of flavors here. So it'll be like a fun little taste test and we're gonna see if Nabilani can like guess the flavors.
I must warn you, like my palate is very sophisticated. So don't be surprised if I get everything right, okay? Weren't
you the one who said that you drink like instant coffees and stuff?
I wouldn't have said it if you were gonna fucking throw it back in my face. I wouldn't have said it.
Dude, do you
know what I mean by it's not is sophisticated the word? Maybe like I'll be able to tell what it is.
Yeah?
That's what I mean. Like, I'm gonna know.
Okay. I think some of the flavors you will.
All right.
Okay. This one's yours.
Okay.
I was trying to make a little taste tester size.
It's just so cute. All right, so we're gonna try our first one.
Yeah.
Right here.
So you can just push it in.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah. Like you could just sell this.
This like minis.
I'd buy it. All right, cheers.
Cheers, clink.
I
think this is a 2-biter. Oh, let's see her palate.
No, I can't even. It's so good. But what is it?
You can? Not even. Maybe if you had like a nut. Maybe if you had. I can't with her.
Just tell us what it is.
It's peach.
Peach!
Did you?
I should have known that. All right.
Okay. If you need to.
No, it's good.
No, it's still sticky.
Yeah.
I got.
Okay.
Maybe 2 bites this time.
Oh yeah. I didn't learn. I didn't learn from.
You didn't learn the first time.
No. Oh my god, this is so yummy.
The flavor is there. If you can't guess this one.
Yo,
thought
I
this
don't know shit. I don't know shit.
This one, come on. Oh, but and then again, she doesn't know. Yeah, you know what? I get it. Wow, I'm so proud of myself.
Oh my god. You know what?
Thanks, team.
This is such a stupid idea. You
You
look
know
like
what's
a damn
funny?
idiot.
She
Oh, my
asked
teeth
for it.
are all blue.
Yeah, she's the one who asked for these taste
Yeah.
tests too. So
Really, I just wanted you to bring cotton candy home. I can't.
you can't.
No.
Wow, you talked a lot. You were talking so much. Dude. She's so, and it's funny.
Show them what it is first. I can't. I'm just so
I think
embarrassed.
it's gonna come out backwards. But...
Okay. Yo, shut up! You know what? Maybe it's because I had the peppermint tea and then I'm just kind of like numb to it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe my taste buds are just dead and I'm like... No. Like I'm tasting stuff. Don't you dare, Nabs.
We are eating it in small portions.
Yeah. So that's my reason for being shit. Mm.
If you don't get this one, I swear.
This is great. Oh my god.
Grape. Where is it? Grape.
Grape.
Okay, finally she picked up one.
So 1 for 3. The percentages are not looking good right now.
Nope.
All right, come on. Come on, let's end it off strong. We got 2 more to go.
You have 2 more to go. It's funny because like I know Nabilani's on that competitive bit, so this is killing you.
This is killing me. All right. Okay.
Let's do this.
Cheers.
Oh god. The dart again.
Is this like bubblegum?
Yeah!
Yes!
Bubblegum!
Okay, we're at 50-50 now. 1 more.
The bubblegum is actually a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really yummy.
Both kids,
so good.
Both kids and parents really like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a treat for all ages. It's not just like for little kids. Like everyone can enjoy this.
Exactly.
All right, cheers.
Last one.
Okay, I know that flavor. Nabilani, you said pretty chakuranga.
With all the shit talking you were talking in the beginning, like, oh,
I know this flavor. This is gonna kill me because I know it.
I'm so happy with the choice of flavors we gotten because I was trying to get ones that were gonna stump her.
The first 2, it wasn't even ringing anything.
Yeah.
But this one is.
Yeah.
So it's gonna drive me nuts if I can't
And I'm pretty sure
have a passing grade on this exam.
I'm pretty sure I know why this was gonna bring you memories.
Is this like green apple? Fucking watermelon? Fuck. Is it a fruit?
It is a fruit.
Oh.
It's a fruit.
Is it like guava or something?
No. Do you want me to give you another hint? Give you a hint?
Yeah.
Okay. Every Tamil person has this in their fridge.
Like except me, because actually I only have alcohol in my fridge.
Everyone who grew up with Tamil parents have this in their fridge.
And like lime?
Yeah.
Oh!
God damn it.
Okay, well it was like the 10th guess, but
yeah.
It's almost like a limonade.
Yeah.
Like if you made limonade.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. It's like I think those like the yellow lollipops. It sort of has that taste.
Yes,
there you go. That's why.
Lollipops.
Because I know she would definitely grew up with yellow lollipops. So when I have that, it reminds me of yellow lollipops.
For sure.
Well, did you enjoy those?
Yes. Oh my god. Well, look at it.
She just like next, and it's so funny. I have like a bunch of bags for her too. So she's just there's gonna be a serious sugar high and a sugar crash.
I'm gonna be on the roof tonight.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like I could do this again.
But
let's have another round.
Another round of taste testing. Well, if
let's do it.
Because we're still like we love discovering new flavors.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we do some new flavors, because you got to experience some of the newer ones that we discovered recently.
They were all so good.
Yeah.
But I think bubblegum was also my favorite. And I
don't
really
know
like
why,
lime
it's
too. Lime was like because of the nostalgia. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
took me back, but I just couldn't nail what
it
flavor
is.
it was.
So
Yeah.
key lime was like a group favorite. Like a lot of people who've had it, they're like, oh, I like this one. Bubblegum always been a favorite.
Yeah.
Peppermint is the one that we sort of recently brought in,
Mhm.
which I'm surprised he didn't pick it up. Maybe like I don't know what it was. It's just
I'm a dumbass.
maybe that.
I'm a dumbass. I
Maybe-
talk too much of a game.
Yeah,
I should have
I think that's what you do.
went in being humble,
You
like,
need
yo, I'm not
underdog.
really gonna get it. I'm sorry if I don't, but like it's just me.
You were
But I was just like,
blaming-
I'm gonna get 100%.
You were blaming the tea.
Yeah, how pathetic do you have to be if you resort to that?
She was blaming tea, guys. That poor Tim Hortons auntie who made her these teas.
She
Okay?
barely did anything. It's a
Okay.
black one. So
I've gotten
she's the hot
I've
water
gotten
and
more
thing.
teas from her than you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because you used to live in the area.
Yeah.
So they lived in the area, and then once I moved in, or soon before I moved in, they moved out. So it's just really suspect.
I think my dad just realized, like, oh, she comes from
Nilani.
Nilani went down.
No.
Sal.
Like, okay, we don't even need to talk about my history with your dad. But that's another
Yo,
episode.
that's some good stuff you can talk with my sister.
Yeah,
You guys got
for
like
sure.
got a lot of stories.
Me
when it
and
comes to-
Tava, we go way back.
way back,
Way back.
way back.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was really fun. I was very
Yeah.
nervous in the beginning.
Yeah.
I still kind of was throughout the thing. No, this is actually awesome. I loved it, and I love when like people go out of their comfort zone to do these things.
For
so.
sure, yeah.
And I love that you did video. So
Yeah. You were great.
Aw,
you were
thanks.
absolutely great. And you, I think, settled in. Because after a point, you don't really realize the camera is rolling. You're
Yeah,
just
I'm
kinda
pretty sure I was
talking,
like
right?
looking everywhere, so I wasn't even like my eyes always wander. I don't know where to fix
Sure.
my gaze. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll learn better like for the next time.
The next time, I'm definitely going to have you back because there were so many things that we wanted to
my
talk
God.
about that we didn't get to because we just have so much history.
Yeah,
so
and I talk a lot. I talk
that
a lot.
too. I'm glad someone said it.
I think everyone knows that. The people who think I'm quiet are just like, you haven't talked to me.
Yeah, you guys haven't spent like one-on-one time with her or
Yeah.
any sort of time. It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be one-on-one.
No.
But yeah, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. I loved
Yeah,
it. And
so-
I love this. I love that you're doing this.
Thank you. So make sure you guys hit up _sweetsuits_ and that's what their Instagram handle is. I'll have it in the link
Description.
below so that in the description below so that you guys know where to look. And yeah, these are great party favors, guys. So please do DM. Do you guys prefer DM or email or what's going on?
You can slide in our DM. You can. It's okay. We give you permission, but you can also you can I think that's probably the best place to get in contact with us.
Great. Awesome. Grateful, thankful, blessed. Peace.
Oh, are we doing peace? Good job.
Why did I take it there?
How did it go there?
What?
How?
How?
I was like,
I'm gonna have to cut out.
I realized I'm like, why did I even say that?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to like mark it for like explicit content. Like I'm gonna have to do
I don't
that.
know why you such. I don't know why I. No, but the fact that I added on top of it
Yeah.
made it worse.
Holy shit. Is this is how this is gonna go? This is like. Okay.
I'm actually in tears.
Okay.
It was such a like. It
That's
was good
terrible.
until it hit that point.
Yeah. I do that sometimes and I do apologize and I feel
Why-
like I deserve an apology as well from you.
Just adding on top of the inappropriateness. Coffee, I do like
Yeah.
my coffee, but Oh, hi! Hey, little buddy. We have a
Ready.
little guest.
How did you get in here? All right, I'm gonna cleanse that palate.
Yes, cleanse the palate. It's sad is this is what we do. This is what we did when we were trying to do testers. Oh my god.
Yo, I have the sugar high, I think.
I should have warned you about that.
Grateful, thankful, blessed.
It's
More than-